Yeah. Yeah. You sit in that rocker, huh?
Yeah.
God, that's why you gonna be you gonna be out about 5 minutes. I feel like that boy right there, that's a beast. I'll be knocked out in that mother. For real. Oh, yeah. Beast, true beast. Somebody knocking the blue. Yeah. Get it right. Get it right all night. All right.
So, hey, if we do get in touch with some,
Hey,
oh, you live right now?
yeah.
Okay.
You up here? Peace. 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 Oh, let me switch chairs. I'm at my brother's house. I'm at my brother's house. So we just sitting back. This better. Man, this feel weird. I like this one. Hold on. I like that one. Check this one. It's long, Noble. This one better. It's long. This one better. Man, I think a mosquito bit me, man. Man. Oh, yep, yeah. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Absolutely. I'm glad. I need one more. Let me see. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, gratitude. I got two things going on, family. So y'all bear with me. Yep. Yep, it is. It's Cash Out $ KG Bay. Yep. Thank you, Noble. Absolutely. Thank you, Noble. Gratitude. Give it a second for everybody to get on. Everybody doing all right? Everybody doing all right? It's long. It's long to everybody. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Islam Salim. Islam. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Yep. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Islam to you. Hey, Salim. You know Maso on his way too, man. We about to do some amazing things, man, with this movement. Ain't that right, Alex?
Islam.
I'm telling y'all. I'm at my other Noble house. Alex here. And I told y'all, Allah is amazing how we met one of our another nobles last night, how he pulled right up on us. Thanks for the donation, noble. The noble, a real man, Hopkins Bay. Hodges Bay. Real noble. A real noble. A real noble. Brother came to us straight up real. Brother don't need nothing from us. Brother doing okay in his life. But when I be talking about the spirit of Allah and what people recognize and who we are and what we're supposed to be doing, we have the right to do what we're doing. We don't have to assimilate with no one. We have the right to do who we be and be who we are. We don't have to assimilate with anyone. That's the rights of the indigenous people. That's the religious rights of the indigenous people. Don't y'all know that yesterday was, tell them, Alex, they forgot yesterday was the Indigenous Peoples Day? Did y'all forget that yesterday? I only see a couple people that said it. My Empress Tamara said it. And this is what I be telling people. I'm like, y'all forgetting the big picture? We're talking about constitutional law, which is the big picture, constitutional law. When I keep telling people, y'all fighting a battle, but it's a bigger picture. And when you do things, yes, we are Moors, but we are indigenous to what? This land, because what Moors are all over. But what type of Moors are we? Americans. We are indigenous to this land. That's the doctrine of discovery. These are the things that you don't know. Or we're gonna be teaching you as a student. Thanks for the donation. As a member, as a brother that want to be a part of the science. We're continuing it to build for the brick and mortar. We need all the Moors to come. Because what we're doing is resurrecting what? Our thought process. And this is connected to the heart. And I'm coming strictly from the heart. And that's what, like I said, I always like to give honor to my brothers, because the brothers told me something yesterday. And our other brothers right here, Alex is right here with us. Here it is, when brothers come real. We just really seen a brother face to face in the first time. And when I say Allah's love real, it was like we've been knowing each other forever. We around talking science all night, but in our natural state. When you're on the strip building, we're live building, we around each other all night. He like, no, but we fam, like, it's love. And when I say it's love, it's love. the brother like, hey man, take this, man. And y'all doing it, y'all need this. It's like, hey man, we good, but we coming. That's the brotherhood. And the brother said something so prophetic when he was talking about, what did he say? How the simple stuff is so hard. What did he say, Alex?
The simplest things can be the most sophisticated.
The simplest things be the most sophisticated. The simplest things be the most sophisticated. And then then me and the brother, we always came right back to the full circle of agreement, because we're talking science and we don't disagree on science. We come to an agreement on science. I'm telling you, man. Thanks for the donation. I promise you. And the build was so beautiful, because the whole time we building, it's nothing but love and respect the whole time. It's like, oh, okay, well, absolutely. We're building. That's how you build. You're building a solid foundation. You're building a perfected man. It's no tearing nothing down. Only thing you tear down is false information and things that been proven false. And so what I do, as a sheikh, as an educator, as a scholar, as a Moor, what you're supposed to do is research everything that I say. And that's how we get ready to begin this topic. And I want some responses. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Yep, Cash App $KG Bay. So this is how I want to challenge my brothers. One, if you a sheik, if you got sheik on you, if you got adept on your name, there's certain things that you should know. If you don't know, I mean, your sheikism can be challenged. Just like in martial arts, you say you this belt, and you got these students under you. Okay, well, this teacher and these students under him. Now, this group of students, they may only know how to defend with their hands. Okay, this group of students may know how to defend with just their feet. But this group of students know how to do with their feet, their hands, weapon, and mental, and their heart right, and they pure. It's going to be a problem when you come against them. It's going to be a problem. So what I'm saying, if you put this man-made title on yourself, calling you some grand sheik and some adapt and some this, it's supposed to be a particular type of wisdom or aptitude you should, how can I say, exhume. That's an adept, a person with a particular type of skill, an aptitude. The regalia don't make you adept. This fez don't make you adept. Some regalia from the Masonic store don't make you adept. That say adept. All that don't mean nothing. That does not make you an adept. Because you can strip all that from me, take this fez off. I'm going to be an adept and a scholar and a leader in real life at all times. On every platform. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about law. We ain't coming out with no make-believe Moore's law. What is Moore's law? Moore's law is constitutional law. If we don't understand that, I have a problem. You got to understand where things come from. You must understand where things come from, where you can get these certain treaties or these certain ETCs that come from a certain area. You must understand where it comes from to be able to trace the source. This is science. That's like if you are stranded somewhere and you might see a stream of water flowing. If you a sound man, if you a navigator, if you know how to use your compass and your square, what you would be doing is trying to find where that water streams come, where it come from. Right, Alex? That's what I would hope. So the science of what more science is all about is learning all the sciences, not taking a piece of it and say, this is more science. And I say, well, no, that's just a part of it. It's all this knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, astronomy, nature, all those things. Submitting, and when I say submit, we're talking about peace, because you have to come to a higher state of peace, and that's of submitting of the lower self. See, we can touch this in all avenues when we talk about supreme mathematics. When we talk about circling the square. And that's why I said I'm not here to give you all the answers, because that's not what a scholar does. What a scholar, what an educator, and what a teacher does is try to build you up for degrees, to get you on that path to use this and use me as a guide and the map, not to give you all the answers. That's your workman tools. You use your workman tools to take all that science and figure it out, and then come from amongst your brothers to put it together. Because the thing that it is, a man doesn't know by what somebody tell him. A man only knows by what he knows and what he can prove. And so we're dealing with science. If I give it all to you at one time and I don't allow you to even try to use your tools, what's the process of you perfecting yourself? It's not genuine. Just like if you put your own money up, it's more genuine to show your own money. If somebody else putting their money up, it don't mean that it ain't your bread. It's a different type of feeling. So when brothers say, "Oh, I'm a Moor," I know you are more by birth, but Moorish is a whole higher and lower qualities that you must exhume to be Moorish. And to be Moorish, you want to be under your brother. You want to be under your sheik. That's the whole part about being Moorish. You want to have a guide. There's nothing wrong with having a guide. They done messed us up mentally. They done conditioned us not to have a guide. And I say, why? If it's a righteous guide, and then, how can I say it? On this earth plane, man made money, so we don't curse a rich man. If we have finances, why we don't use our finances to make what we happen, to create our own thing? We don't have to assimilate. And I can show you the laws that already say we don't have to. So if we don't have to assimilate the laws, which I tell people, we don't have to, Islam, where can I find you to get some of your books that you recommend? No, but that's a whole nother conversation. Please, that's a whole nother conversation. You have to hit my brothers up. No, you have to hit my brothers up, and then we'll do things the right way, Noble. But Islam to you, I can get that to you. But I can get that to you, Islam. I definitely can get that to you, Noble, because like I said, I'm trying to get a brotherhood, and I don't want to keep jumping all over the place. I want to get into the teachings, but I want to be transparent and tell y'all how Allah works. So the brother Hodges Bay, this is what he told me last night. He said, Noble, he said, with all respect, he said, this is my observation. And they like, this is my honest belief. He'll like, number one, he'll like, this is just my belief. I don't give a damn what nobody say. What you know, you got something nobody have. He said, what you have, you got something that no one of them have. He like, I'm telling you flat out. He said, number two, your expectations is too low for the people you can reach. I'm a lying, Alex.
It's long.
This is a brother, and it's coming from love. This coming from love. This brother done been, he done been did his thing. He like Noble. He like, number one, I'm telling you for a fact. He like, I'm telling you for a fact. What you giving and how you delivering it, it's a gift. Ain't no way brother shouldn't be coming in. And he said, your expectations too low for the masses you can reach. He like, it should be the masses. So I'm trying to paraphrase, get back to the teachings, how the brother illuminated himself, how I gave him the science and he used his tools. So back to the story. I don't never like to put people's names out there because I'm not doing that. If you figure it out, whoop-de-doo. And if the shoe fit, shit, we can holler at it, we can handle it how we gonna handle it. But anyway, so I spoke on a particular subject before, and I spoke on about circling your square, and you can circle your square in science if you call yourself an adept. And a particular brother with a television show, whatever they call it, the television show was like, oh, you can't circle you. That's like, and he made a statement. He was like, and he made a statement was like, oh, that's stupid. That's like circling your square. And I'm like, huh? But you can circle your square if you're a master. You can circle, you can. Like, I'm telling you, you can, especially if you understand mathematics, especially if you're dealing with geometry and the number system, especially if you understand the 360 and the 720, especially if you understand that. And so, when my brother said it, when my brother Hodges Bay heard it, that's why I love brothers, because when brothers come true in honesty, he was like, oh, he thought it was false. He thought it was false. And that's why I challenge brother and I say, do you want to bet? I said, have you researched it? Because we're supposed to research the researcher instead of going off of what somebody said. So the noble had to research the science of what I said and researched it and corrected himself from what? The tools and the science. And he said, man, he was like, no, but they just didn't know. But I said, yeah, the average person don't know, but if you call yourself a sheik, you should know this. The noble also said it's another so-called sheik, and I ain't finna say nobody name, gotta be, you let him say it if you want to say the names. And he said, oh, the brother, he said that I was wrong. I ain't researched nothing, because I know I ain't wrong. That's what I'm saying. And that's the factor of the aha moment, because I know what this is about. Because the tools had been delivered for me from Allah to deliver a divine message, and it can't be stopped. And anybody reject it is a fucking fool. Because I can show you this through the science. Anything else is arbitrary explanation of things, point blank. So when the brother said you can't circle a square, that's false. That's a false statement. I done done that so many times on college campuses. I done a whole dissertation on supreme mathematics, which is Hika. And so the noble did the math. And last night we was building, the brother was doing the math. And we were doing the math today, breaking it down. It always go back to the 7 and 9. Always go back, to the 7 and the 2. Always go back. When you slice, no matter how you do it, no matter these many 8s or whatever, it's still going back. When you divide, boom, boom, it goes back to exact the same thing, the 9. And so when brothers don't want to check themselves with the science, that's ego and that's lower self. And that's when I said, I'm coming at matter of fact, I'm coming with science. I'm not coming with no religion. I tell everybody, when you're dealing with me, throw everything away. I tell everybody, when you're dealing with me, throw everything away except mathematics. Except mathematics. Throw everything away with me except mathematics. But this is for you. This is for you to perfect yourself. This is not for me to take you all the way there and take you all the way there where you do no work with your tools. You don't have nothing on your tools. You ain't even pulled your shit out the holster. You walking around with that pistol talking about you this to that. It ain't even no work on it. The springs ain't any tools. I can't give it all to you. You have to take those tools and actually use them, because this is application. And if you can't apply it, what's the purpose? And so that's why I'm saying this is an application. So as we going on, the noble did the math. He was like, Noble, you absolutely right. Because all men should be able to be stand corrected with the science. With the science. with the science. And then if it's love, and what else can you say? Everything else from an older so-called sheik or this person, all that is slander. All that is falseness. So if we are the people, like the noble was saying, we have to call it out, because that goes against everything we say. What? Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and then my 2 cents, health and wealth. That goes against all my morals and all my standards. I never lead you to no burning house. So why would I tell you that don't make sense and we can't do it, and you haven't even researched it? So you had nothing to compare it to. That's program learning. That's religion. See? And the first thing a brother, what he'll do in his lower self, he'll start disagreeing with you. But it's nothing to debate. Thanks for the donation, Noble. Honestly, an honest man, if you honest right here now, what is there to debate what I've said right now? There's nothing to debate. You cannot debate nothing that I'm saying. Only way you can base what I'm saying is you talking about some religion. I'm not going to go there with you. I'm not even going to even, it's not even going to be in my here. Because when I tell people about placeholders and what zeros are, when I say, man, you only this age, you put this, when we talk about mathematics, you only this amount of age. I keep telling y'all, zero, whatever you want to call it, just a cipher, a placeholder. I don't care what language we use. It's certain things that we understand. And there's certain tools we use that can measure everything. This is absolute. This is supreme mathematics. When somebody talk about some Allah this, I said, what Allah, what Muhammad? Because I'm dealing with science. Let me tell you what Muhammad is. The sun in the middle, all the astrological signs off of it. If we want to get deep and deep with the science, because you're looking at the clock of destiny. I can go all over with you with the astrological and the science of what the true Meson is, and how the clock and how the calendar is all off, and how you're under the Franciscan things. Absolute science. I can connect all this science. So now the thing is what we're talking about. Everything is not to be given to you. It's to open something, your hippocampus, and actually make us vibrate. So watch simple mathematics. And I'm not even gonna get too complex. This is for brothers and sisters that want to be students and members, and we supposed to be creating a tribe. That's why when the noble asked about books, I said, if you was a member part of the tribe, you would be getting books. I got my members right now got over 200 books. Got real library books, got maritime law, got first edition black law, got all type of historical books. The students that have been with me since February, March, April, since now, they probably got 200 books in their library. I offer expensive books for PDF. I have books for $4,000. I'll be offering my students $5 because they just love. I have regular people buy books from me. So it's just what it is. So, and then when we talk about the science, my lesson books, I know no mores have them. My students have lesson books that go with the Quran that nobody has. And I know when I start talking about this, they don't know it. So how can you doubt something you don't know when I talk about the catechism of our Moorish Quran in chapter 20 to 45? When I talk about our Quranic study guide, when I break everything down, when I talk about our Discover Key questionnaires, when I talk about the Silent Brotherhood of the East, when I talk about our resurrection, when I talk about the state booklet. Don't nobody know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Unto Thee I Grant that go with the Quran, and you can see the science. Don't nobody know, they don't have it. They make stuff up as they go. That's arbitrary explanation. Now watch the simple science. That's a circle, right? I don't want to get complex because this is elementary. So when somebody talk about the elements is elementary science. So if you a sheik, you're supposed to know what the elements. This is elementary. That's why I'm not just going to go all the way there, because the elementary student can figure this out. That's why it's called elements. Watch. You see how I split that? Watch how I split that. Now watch this. Now watch this. That's why I be laughing. I'm like, no way. And I can't even draw, y'all. Sorry about that. I can't even draw. Yeah, inside out, I don't care how you do it. Now look. That's my, I don't know why I put that little dot in the middle. Don't mind that dot. Actually, let me do it. Let me get another piece of sticky note. Let me get another piece of sticky note. I'll show you something I can do. I can do something simple or different with my I want to do it right so y'all can see. See what I'm doing. Watch this. And I'm gonna do something else. You see this right here, right? That's the circle, right? You can see, dang that. No, let me get another piece of paper because that other drawing on the back of it is kind of clouding the picture. So be patient with me, man. I'm not a artist, but you're gonna get what I'm saying, what I'm doing. You're gonna get what I'm doing. All right. So circle. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees equals what? Somebody tell, come on, we in class. In class, we get an answer from the students that know. Is what? What, y'all? Say it. Okay. All right. Now, another square. We can slice this square any way we want it, but I just want the square. I just want to do the square like this. I just want to do the square like this. I can slice the square another way and still make it 90. I can slice the square the same way as the circle if I want to, but I just wanted to show you no matter how I slice it. So now watch this. When people be saying you can't do things, and then I'm gonna do the next level because I don't want to go on. I'm not gonna go to the level with the mathematics and show you the science, but I'm just giving you an idea. I'm giving you, remember, everything is esoteric and exoteric. So exoteric is the outside meaning. Esoteric is the inner meaning. I'm giving you the outer meaning, basic. Just like the body right here. You cannot cut the body in half and go. It's 360 and 360. You take that 720. It takes the 720. That's the material and the spiritual. That's the cherubim and the cerebrum. Y'all missing it with the whole concept of what I'm saying. I'm gonna jump on the thing for the donation. And this is also done in geometry as well. When we talk about squaring a circle. And they thought it was a mathematical puzzle because that's how they teach you. But if you're a mathematician and you know how to use the compass and your square, we rocking and rolling. I'm telling you, that's what your Fez is. Your Fez is 9 to the 9 to the 9th power. Don't you know that? The Fez in the graduation camp, I can put all them together and the so-called swastika. I can turn them bitches this way, this way, this way, and stop them. They all gonna fit. Boom. Because it's absolute. Y'all ain't hearing me, man. Man, I get hairs on my skin when I talk about that science. Because we're talking about the perfected man. Y'all ain't listening. They also use this term in like alchemy. You know what I mean? They try to say it's impossible, but we know it's not impossible. Because we talk about squaring that circle, and metaphysically and scientifically, it's to construct for a given circle, a square with the same area as the circle. Listen what I said, the same area as the circle. The same area as the circle. Understand the science, what I'm saying. So the trick, Morris, or not even the trick, or the science, and I can't say trick because you don't know spells and words are spells, but the science is to do this using only your compass as a straight edge. Are y'all following me? And what you got to do, I'm not saying that a square of equal area does not exist. So if a circle has an area, we'll say A, then a square with the side, we saying that the square root of A, it clearly has the same area. I'm challenging you. This is elementary. This is elementary math. My elementary students they figure this out long before I even get all to it and start breaking the numbers down, start dividing. Like, oh, it goes back to the 7 to 9. Oh, it goes back to the 6, boom, boom. They be breaking it down. 360, 720, they be breaking it down, excited. Like, oh, you talking about me? No, they get so excited. They turn from average students to super A students. I'm telling you what I do. This is the magic of understanding who you are. And I can show you who you are all through academia and make it so fun when I put it to you. I'm telling you what I know. This is how you resurrect our children. And like I'm saying, I'm not saying that it ain't impossible to do. It's ways to do things, but you do this by, but it's not under the restrictions of when you use that. How can I say it? Only using a straight edge or a compass. Watch what I'm saying. When people say when they see the compass and the square, I'm like, why? You don't know how to use it? Because I know how to use it. I know how to use the square and the compass very, very well. Very, very, very well. I know how to activate my Ajani that activates everything else. I'm in tune with my Akashic records. I understand what this is about. This is about self mastery. So when we talk about a symbol of a circle within a square, right? When we talk about that circle in a square, when I say you can put the circle right inside the square. So when you put a symbol of a circle within a square, within a triangle, within a larger circle, it began to be used in ancient history. When we talk about the alchemy and we talk about the philosopher's stone, when a lot of people don't know what they're looking at, I'm like, man, you have no idea. But that philosopher's stone, which is the ultimate goal of alchemy, everybody understand that. If you call yourself an alchemist and you talk about you deal with the metaphysics, that was that substance that alchemists believed would change any base metal into silver or gold. Who the base metal? Who the silver and gold? You and me. How do you activate it? You don't even know that you the flask. You don't even know. You don't even know. You thinking it's something outside yourself, but you don't even know because you're afraid of the science and masonry. That's how I said I know these cats ain't no adepts. You can't be. How can you be adept in the European world affairs and clandestine and you don't know all the science of what they think they know? Because you the father and they the son of a Muslim. But you don't know. You're gonna give all your birthrights to somebody else. It's so laughable. It's so laughable. And I say, well, what do your fears represent? Oh, yeah, you an adept or what? But you dissing your pedigree. You dissing the science because you're being the more. That's your pedigree. This masonry, that's the science. That's just a fact. This is just a fact. I done broke this down for years and years and years. I done exhumed the nation the same way our prophet Noble Drew Ali have done. I exhumed it and told you and showed you the keys and showed you that this all ours. Showed you this willingly and said, how can you still follow a brother that say this is not our science? And our prophet showed you it's our science. I politely showed you it's our science. So how can you say your brother that's an adept and a scholar and these are sons of Muslims and I'm 99 degrees, ancient Memphis and Mizraim, you're going to say your brother is not an adept? You're talking about some Freemasonry. It's our science. That's why only 32 and 33 degrees. And no disrespect, and the sheik should know this. It's our science. You don't know what's been stolen from you. Everything that's inside in our Morse Khan, our workman tools in chapter 5 is all outward on their skirt. That's why Mecca and Allah all on there, because the oath is they're not going to tell you who you are. And the last thing that a Mason knows, I don't care if you black, orange, purple, Scottish Rites, or the Negro Prince Hall they made for you because they didn't want to be around you, given the science, so they regurgitated the shit and threw it back to you. You don't know nothing. They play with you with little stupid riddles, with that mystic stuff, Haram Abif, and you don't even know the science of Haram Abif. They don't even know that buried you in the tomb. You don't know the Akasa tree, all that stuff yours. You don't know they had a Jubilee. Celebrated your death. This is all our science. This is a fact. So how you gonna call yourself a sheik and an adept and a scholar don't know this? And our prophet exhumed the nation, and your brother in the flesh, which is an angel of Allah, which is a prophet in the flesh that's closed in this, exhumed the nation. How can you reject your brother? There's no way. There's no way nobody should be rejecting the science, what I'm saying, because the science, what I'm saying, is valid. And this science should trump anything that you're a part of. If you want the science. If you don't want the science, you're under some religion. And this is just a fact. This is just a fact. So when you look at all these so-called figures, even when you be looking at different figures that you may not know, when we talk about squaring the circle, when we talk about designs, when you look in Michael Myers' book, Atlanta, the Fegans, Atlanta Fegans. I just had to watch this the other night. I was watching it, had to catch it. It's Atlanta, Fugans or Fegans, Fugiens, and it was published in 1617. And here was a man using a compass to draw a circle around a circle within a square with a triangle. Listen to this. Within a smaller circle are a man and woman, the two halves of our nature that are supposedly brought together through alchemy. And so when the Noble was saying, we talking about the 360, which the perfect man must be 720, because you can't live with a half body. Y'all better understand what we talking about, man. I can break this down to the body and the fairs. This is absolute. This is essence. Things that we can agree on. Fire, earth, air, river. Can we agree on that? Absolutely. If they took all that away from us, we'll all be gone. So we can all agree we need fire, earth, air, river. Islam, Islam. Point blank. Point down blank. Anybody that disagree with that is a fool. And we don't deal with niggardly things. It's just science. That's absolute. Islam? Come on, somebody talk to me. So when I be talking, man, when people don't know me and they always want to make statements on my IG, on my YouTube page, I said, clearly you don't know me. And clearly, you don't understand the context. And clearly you don't understand subjective and objective. And clearly you don't understand language when you're dealing with me, when you come with one degree of things. So when I talk to people and I say, what context? So now what we're gonna do, if you understand the science and the scholarship of what I'm saying of more science, because it is a particular craft, now I'm gonna give you a philosophical meaning per se. So philosophically and spiritually, or what a lot of people say, or metaphysically, whatever they want to say, and they get their mind twisted with this outer stuff. To square the circle means to see equally in 4 directions. So let me give you a pictorial. Well, a lot of guys, they boxing, but I'm just seeing, like, when I talk about that panoramic view per se, but I get deeper in that, in the metaphysics. But to square the circles means to see equally in 4 directions. Up, in, out, to be whole, to be complete, to be free. The 4 directions: up, down, in, out. Fire, earth, air, river. That's wholeness. That's complete. That's free. Circles often represent the spiritual because they are infinite. What we talking about, they infinite. I hope you understand in this. When people be talking about supreme mathematics, I'm telling you, when I talk about zero, what is zero? It's a cipher. It's a placeholder. Rock with me. You got to understand this mathematics. If not, you should want to be a student. You should want to just follow me. You should want to participate. You should want to build the nation. You should want to be part of what we're doing if you say you are more. Because being Moorish is being a part of what we're doing and helping build a nation. That's your obligation. But they are infinite and they have no end. And the square is often a symbol of the material because of the number of physical things that came in 4s, such as what, more? When we talk about the 4 seasons, the 4 directions, the 4 physical elements, the fire, the earth, the air, the river, according to our science. Not to mention, we talk about the flesh, or the, how can I say it, the solid appearance. So we talk about the union of the man and a woman. We all think something scary. The Baphomet is so scary. And I said, no way, no, I gotta say this, no Negro preacher or no stupid ass Muslim can come to you and tell you the Baphomet is scary. Anybody, that's all strictly spookism. The Baphomet is man and woman coming together, and that's spelled Kabbalistically. I'm telling you, I'm a scientist. That got the flash. That's everything science in there. And the only person scared of it is you, because it's your science. And I tell you, as an adept, as a committed scientist, all animal, how can I say it? All animal figures in our ancient history are nothing but pious hieroglyphs. And that's a fact. So when you're looking at all these, the ram's head and all this, we blow the shofar. You just don't know the science. You just don't know the science. I done did this for years. The elites know what I'm saying. That's why they use it for science. You think Jay-Z and them and everybody praying to some devil. For a fool, Lucifer is the morning star. They done tricked you. So you don't even know what you're talking about. Because they made everything about you evil. And they don't understand you are Lucifer. You are the morning star. That's the science you missing. You looking at it from the wrong narrative. I promise you. I promise you this. And all the scientists know this. All the European potentates know this. All the ones that study at the Royal Archives. All the Europeans in different, how can I say Europe? They know what I'm talking about. Nobody can refute what I'm saying unless you on your own understanding. And that's a fool. And I ain't here to have a discussion with nobody on no religion or what they think and what they heard or they belie. I ain't with that. Period. We talking about more science. So when you look at that union of man and woman in alchemy, that's a merging of the spiritual and the physical, those natures. When I talk about 360, it's just the sum total of material wisdom, but 720 is the sum total of both material and spiritual wisdom. I've done this before with my maps, with my charts, plenty times. And the triangle is then a symbol of the what? That's that resulting union of what? The body, the mind, and the soul, right? So when we talk about squaring a circle and all these things, who said that was impossible? But a person that don't know how to use the science. When we talk about that cold volta, you know, that's why it got solve, SOLVE, to solve. That's why it had to be known to solve what? The mystery of man. You missing it. When you see on the arm and all that, you don't know what that's saying because you're not an elite. You know, they done twisted it and they done cast a spell on you. And they take a noble like me to reverse the spell. Because all the stuff is yours. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Won't nobody disagree with nothing I'm saying, but an idiot. And alchemy was viewed very similar. So when we talk about this alchemical process, when we talk about this, how can we say changing ourselves to the goal per se? It's the higher journey, and the goal is you. It's you. So when we go to a metaphysical or metaphorical meaning, you got to understand that no one ever was so-called able to square a circle. And it explains its use as a metaphor, meaning to attempt to complete a seemingly impossible task. That's why I say a lot of people close your chamber if they don't know how to use their tools. You know what I mean? Such as like finding the word peace per se. So it's a different from the metaphor of attempting to fit a square peg into a round hole, which implies two things are what? They say incompatible. So if science say things incompatible, why they try to tell you opposite attract? I'm gonna teach you something. When you see this symbol right here, the first thing you get is all scared. Levi told you. They stole all this. When they wrote Aryan Gospel, he told you he wasn't nothing but a transcriber. All that stuff, and all that stuff come from the Moorish Akashic records. I done did this a million times. You talk about this, you let some religious Negro or even no disrespect of Europeans talk about that some homosexual stuff. You a fool. You don't even know what's that's inside. You don't even know what you. Hold on, I'm sorry. You don't even know what you're looking at. You don't even know what you're looking at inside the chalice. You don't even know. I bet anybody right now, you come with that religious spookism, and I'll destroy you with science and tell you that ain't nothing spooky. Point blank. And you'll let somebody come with their European explanation or their Negrocentric explanation and try to tell you this something evil, and then get you caught up in spookism. And I'm telling you it's not. I'm telling you it's not. Scientifically. Scientifically. I'm telling you it's not. And that's all folly. Period. I can show you all different symbols. I can show you in all different angles. I can show you everything I can show you. And everything I'm talking about, you'll be like, man, I just drew a goat head with some horns with the challenge. You'll be like, how I do this? Because you just drew the perfected man. You just drew the temple. You just drew Temp, Ho, Abs, Abba. When I talk about the Kabbalah or things written Kabbalistically, well, Baphomet is written Kabbalistically. Period. And it's way more than just the Baphomet that's written Kabbalistically. But I don't have time to do that right now. That's why I tell Moors to be students. Moors don't know what the Zohar is all about. Moors don't know what the Sefer all about. Moors don't understand gematria and all that stuff. I'm like, man, that ain't no lack to you. That's a lack to your sheik you under. They say they sheiks. I'm only talking about elementary science that every sheik's supposed to know. Every sheik's supposed to know what I'm talking about. If you say you a sheik, everyone, period. Because you can't arbitrarily explain this more science. You can't be wrong like, oh, somebody said, oh, that don't, I don't think that's right. And I just explain it, and then you don't research, and then you go and promulgate that. Well, such and such says that ain't right. And then here it is, a kid went and researched, and he'd be like, he is right. A kid would be like, but he is right. And then you be like, well, what you basing your belief on? BS. You basing your belief on BS. And then more talking about they study. A lot of Moors don't even like school. Some stuff I don't even have to explain. I'll show a picture. You should be able to fill the dots in. If you talk about you know what you talk about, what Moors do is be on the internet. Let me give you that compass. Let me give you that your brain to use. Let me put that internet down. Put the Wikipedia down. Put the Google University down, and let's see, can you get in that laboratory and do this without no Google University? Because I don't need no Google. I don't need no slide screens. I don't need it. I can take the regular books in history. I don't need no more book nor nothing. You can give me regular books. You can give me the U.S. Constitution. You can give me Admiral Law. You can give me Maritime Law. You can give me all the UCC codes, all of them, because it's 1 million books. I'll break it all down. I'll tell you what you're doing is fraud, that expatriation. I'll tell you UCC and UCC1 is a fraud. I'll tell you that straw man shit is a goofy. I'll break it all down from law, from legality, from things that's right in your face. And all you have to do is activate it. When I talk about your rights, the rights of the indigenous people, all of your rights, the SF 181 form. Not only that, it's another one. They're telling you what to do. You self-identify as an African slave, and there ain't no such thing as a black African. Everything else on there is you, and you don't know it. All we got to do is activate it because the law is there. We must bring it to the table and defend the Constitution. So what's the problem? Everybody say they Moors. Well, yeah, you're a Moor by birth, but you must be under a tribal leader. You got to understand this. That's the truth of the AA22 number. Any man with knowledge understand what I'm saying. Just like when you say, oh, you part of a religion, whatever, who they calling? Your religious head when you get in trouble. Who's showing up? All the people part of your tribe. But you don't understand this because you say you are Moor. You don't understand to be a part of you. Yeah, we are Moors. It's Moors all the hell over. But now what tribe you're a part of and we're your tribal leader. Oh, and that's the problem. We done got caught up in our ego. This is self-explanatory. That's self-explanatory. All that is this here from the kids that get it. All that is that's all you just seen. You just seen that, and you just seen that. Mathematically. Anybody know that? So the challenge of squaring your circle, when we talk about the graduation cap and the fairs, is constructing a square with the same area as a given circle by using only a finite number of steps with the compass and a straight edge. And when we talk about a problem, It's raised from the question of whether specified, we talk about the science, the axioms, or the Euclideans, or to talk about the math per se. When we talk about the existence of lines and circles, and it's implied the existence of such a square. So when we talk about squaring a circle, Moors, listen what I'm saying. The areas of the square and the circle are both equal. That's my chi. Chi mean one God, but also this is pi too. When you change it a little bit. And so back in the 1800s, even before, it was proven, and the math proved that the figure cannot be constructed in a finite number of steps with an idealized compass and straight edge. But once you start doing the math and all that stuff, and I want you to research it, you will catch the science, and you will be able to break the math down real simple. And once you be able to do that, what you've done is use your compass and your square. I can't give it all to you because man don't know by what somebody tell them. I'm just a guide and a map to lead you there. And then if you need help using them, I can show you how to use them. You gonna figure it out because this is elementary science. What happens when a person say, "Oh, that ain't true," and you looking at the stature, or you looking at the regalia, and so a lazy man or a man in his lower self, he won't go and research it. He'll base his understanding on a belief system or an emotion, and that's something that you don't do. So, like I said, I'm done. I wasn't even gonna be long, but I just wanted to share that with Moors, and really challenge our brothers and sisters to be like, what we doing? Because we building something, man, and we need the brothers and sisters to come together, man, and support what we doing, because we have the right to have a nation in a nation, and that's what having the keys is all about. And the world is waiting for us to do that. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's facts. The world is waiting for us to do exactly what we say we want to do, legally and lawfully, just like everybody else. You got to understand the religious laws, and the religious laws is the laws of the indigenous people. Look it up yourself. The religious laws of the indigenous people, the rights of the indigenous people. Look up the SF 181 form, and then I'm opening up so far. The AA22 form is not for nobody just to be getting no discount. The AA22 form is for 30,000 Moors to proclaim, declare, have due process, and sign a petition and take it to the world courts. But as you see, a lot of the temples have let it down. So it take a brother to come together under auspices and brothers and sisters to fall be under a certain banner. It's very simple. And that's what they're not teaching. I'm telling you, I will open up the state booklet. My members had a state booklet. I will go over the state booklet and tell you exactly the duality of state and what a state consists of. That can be a charter school, anything, a religion, anything, blah, 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 etc. You've been lied to. And then if I go through that with you, how can you not want to roll with what we're doing? How can you not want to roll with your brother? If I can show you everything that somebody telling you is straight up folly, I mean, even how the temple set up, everything, the wording, everything, them making fake ID cards. If I can give you something to compare to show you it's folly, why wouldn't you want to roll with us? Why wouldn't you want to build a nation with us? Because it's going to take us. If I can show you all the stuff that they talk about is a secret, which I have, why wouldn't you want to roll with us? There's no reason. Why wouldn't a person want to contribute? Because it takes finances to build any nation. Why would a person want to contribute their finances? It's no other reason. Because I ain't hustle nobody. I ain't none of them cats that said we gonna do this and it ain't happen. See, it's the science, and nobody is teaching the science. How can you say a Moor and you go into a temple and you don't even have the Quran? You never even see the Quran. You never even see the Silent Brotherhood of the East. You never even seen nothing. So what are you learning? Where's the structure? A sheik's supposed to understand the divine and the civic side. The divine come first. That's a sheik. You can be a divine governor. I'm all that. I'm an El Bay, period. Nobody finna tell me Prudilia what it is, what it's not, because I know all law. And I don't care how old you is, you must bow down to all law. It's a fact. If not, then you operate on strictly your own lower self. Because supreme wisdom supposed to trump all. And just because you some grand sheik or a sheik and that demeanor, that don't mean you are the educator. You might be the emeritus, but that don't mean you know the science. You just might know the bylaws and how to structure, how to run the meetings, which a lot of these so-called sheiks do. They don't know no science. If they are old fool with affairs, there was a young fool with affairs. Just putting the affairs on and talk about this an elder, that don't make you no elder. The wisdom make you an elder. Age has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I close the door.
Yep, age has nothing to do with it. So hold on 1 second, family.
Islam, bro. Islam, bro. Islam, man.
Why is it not cool?
Yeah. Hold on. Get it.
The door not going down. I don't know why that's.
That's that small.
But yeah, fam, that like really pretty much that's what I wanted to share with y'all, man. And challenge yourself on the science, man, and challenge what you been taught on. Think about it, research everything that you're doing, and then question yourself: is what are you trying to get into? Are you trying to be a part of a brotherhood, or are you just following people on the internet? Because we build it. And remember, you can circle your square if you use those tools. So we're gonna come later on tonight because we got time. So I'm gonna see y'all later on tonight. I want to thank everyone. If you're gonna come back later on tonight, I'm gonna build on the other part of it. This is one part. But remember, when you're dealing with science, you got the SO and the XO. So when we talk about 720 and 360, it's the body and the mental. And to be in the depth, you must understand the divine and the civic part. That's a fact. So, and you can't go arbitrary explaining the law. So if you corrected by science and if you following someone that's giving you wrong, you should be able to ask a question with the science because now you have the science. Islam, now you have the science. So now you got the tools and you must apply it. You must check everything you're doing. If you're a student, you want to get the best and you tell your children not to lie. It's all on you now, man. Islam, family. Islam. Well, we done went for a whole hour.